airspace management and the economic viability, it's always an issue. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and I'll keep hearing all the great presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next up is Morangai from French Polynesia.
Hi everyone, can you see the slide and can you hear me okay?
We can hear you. We know you're screen sharing, but it's loading.
Okay. Can you see it now?
Unfortunately, it is still loading, sir. There, it just came up.
Okay, so you can see the slide, right? I'll take it as a yes. So hi everyone, I'm Marangai. I'm the Director for Civil Aviation in French Polynesia. So we are a fairly small territory. I put a map so you can locate us. We're in the middle of the Pacific.
So sorry to interrupt, sir. Unfortunately, your screen is not sharing. We only see you. We had your presentation for a moment, but it's gone now. So we only see and hear you.
Okay, let me share the whole screen. Apologies for that.
Thank you very much. Now we see the presentation.
Fabulous. Okay, so we're a fairly small territory located in the middle of the Pacific Ocean with 118 islands spread across a large territory. We have 50 paved runways for a very limited population. Since out of the 280,000 people we have, 220,000 of them are located on 2 islands. So we have ATR 72 runways for populations of around 100 people, which is really difficult to maintain. In terms of what we're going to talk about today with advanced air mobility, we are a French overseas territory. So the French regulations apply. So we directly benefit from the work from EASA and the DGAC in France. And the last, so you can have an idea of where we fit, we are ranked 108 in the World Factbook from the CIA. So we are not a developed country, so we don't have a lot of industry milestones to share. What we've been working on instead is to see how we could benefit from the development of the technology once it's made available. So we've worked on establishing networks and that could work with electric aircraft. So we've been working with the French company Aura Aero, who is working on an electrical regional aircraft. So that's the picture on the top with a 250 kilometers range. But we've also been working, so initially with Lilium on islands within an 80 kilometers range. But since they went bankrupt, we've now moved on with Vertigo and Joby to understand if we could find a business model that would work. This, if we can find a solution, this would echo a demand from our population to have more flexible and on-demand air routes, because currently every flight has to go through the main island, which is Tahiti, which is located here, if you can see my point, my mouse. So obviously, if you are located here, then you need to come back to Tahiti, then go back to the south of where you were. That's fairly inconvenient. because you would usually have to stay a few days in Tahiti. So we're working on the route feasibility analysis. We are also exploring in order to facilitate social acceptance. We are planning to publish a study about transposing drone and eVTOL use cases from around the globe to the specific needs of French Polynesia. So that study is currently in progress and it's planned to be delivered in 2 months. And while we're not working on regulation or developing the technology, we are preparing ourselves because electric is attractive, but it is also it can also be bad for the environment if you don't have access to green energy, which is currently our case. So we can see that with electric bikes, which is fairly popular because we have small distances to cover on land. But we have an issue with the batteries, we have an issue with charging. So we're rolling out photovoltaic systems across 43 islands. So the programmation is in progress. The idea is to support charging devices at airports for electric aircraft, having energy to produce our own SAF, or hydrogen storage, which is very demanding in terms of energy. We're also working with so it's not really cities, but with the islands to materialize the needs for energy, to have larger PV systems, to improve the resilience of the grids and centralize the storage. And the last thing we're trying to work on is to have a metric that is centered on linear meters of runway, because today we can define the cost of manufacturing and maintaining a runway. We have 65 kilometers of accumulated runways, which is fairly high for such a small population. And we can also, through the carbon assessments we made, we can also estimate the cost of carbon footprint against this metric. So obviously, if we can transform 1,600 meters runway into a vertiport, we believe we can easily demonstrate that there's a viable business case financially and environmentally. So this is what we've been working on for this year, and that's what we'll probably continue to do for the first semester of next year. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you very much for the presentation. We